Hey, what's up, y'all? Let me see here. Fixing something real quick. All right, hope everybody's having a good morning. I know the thumbnail looks a little scary, but we'll talk about this in somewhat detail today. The whole thumbnail that I kind of threw. Look, my shirt is all messed up, man. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But it's going to be one of the main topics we talk about today. So we had this little run up on Bitcoin. As always, I always talk about there's so many theories out there on Twitter, Crypto X, Reddit, whatever platform you study your crypto on, about what's going to happen around the halving. Everybody's like, it's going to run up to the halving, buy the rumor, sell the news. Of course, people got opposite points of view about it. I don't care. I really don't care. As always, I'm just trying to collect my tokens at great prices. I say this every stream. It's just to remind the people that have been there here, and also some of you guys that may be new. That's your only goal is to collect your altcoins or whatever tokens you can at good prices. You can't control where the price goes. But I'm getting into some stuff I'm gonna talk about later, but we'll get to that. But yeah, so it's falling a little bit now. Still decent. Anything above 69 is good to me. Really anything above 63 is good to me. So just to give you guys some perspective, if you're wondering, to me, anything above 59,000, to be honest. I know I keep dropping the number, but yeah, anything above 59,000 is good. 63,000 is good. 65, of course, anywhere above 69,000 is good. But I feel like we're gonna have a lot of inflows, at least going up to the halving. I know some of you guys do like to try to play trades or whatever. And I also gave you the news yesterday that in order for the miners to stay profitable, it has to stay above $80,000. So I feel like that's going to be the next, support area, whether it's between 77,000 and 83 or somewhere around there. We'll see where it goes. And then there's, like I said, I always repeat the whole sell a man walk away thing that people do. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't even want to test that theory. I'm gonna just hold throughout and see what happens or whatever. But anyway, like I said yesterday, for those of you that are new, I usually talk at this first part of the stream and get the news and stories out there, whatever. But please, you can go ahead and start dropping your comments now. I know you may see people like dropping comments, and you be like, well, he's not answering them, so maybe he's not going to answer me. But just dump them in there. When I'll be to them in a minute. So yeah, drop your comments, questions, concerns, roast, whatever you want to put down there. It don't matter. Where we at? Okay. So here's a good thing though. So what some of you guys probably don't know is we had 300 million outflowing from GBTC yesterday, which is pretty bad to be honest. And it caused the inflows to be negative, so there was no positive inflow yesterday that I know of, unless there was some last minute information or whatever. But still, the price of Bitcoin is still at 69,000. So I don't know how your perspective works, but that's a real good thing. It's like if somebody was three guys were to jump one guy and the one guy still wins, that's how big this is right now, because usually we get a dump like that, it should have made the price fall significantly, but it really hasn't. It's still holding above 69. So it's actually a good thing. I know, it may seem bearish, but like I keep saying, once these outflows from Grayscale stop, it'll be better for the price of movement of Bitcoin. And as I've been saying, I still think they're using this Grayscale outflows to control the price of Bitcoin so it doesn't run too fast. Which, to be honest, y'all may think you want to fly right now, but I think they're smart for doing this. They're smart for their investments, and even though they're the big whales or whatever, it's smart for us too, because like I said, you get time to accumulate. Still about to go on the topic I want to talk about later, but it's just such an important topic about just taking advantage of the time you have to be buying tokens. But I'm going to get there later. Let me get through the rest of this stuff. So this one, I've been seeing everybody, I don't know what y'all follow, but between crypto, Twitter, Reddit, a lot of those are the main two, but a lot of platforms I follow when I'm like doing my research or whatever. Everybody's talking about this. I know China's always in the news in some form of fashion or whatever. But it says that China has multiple institutions that are about to launch the Bitcoin ETFs. Well, the Morgan Stanley stuff we already talked about. But between Morgan Stanley and if they do have multiple institutions in China, especially when you're talking about Hong Kong, because there's a lot of money in Hong Kong. I'm not the best with geography and all this stuff, but I don't really. Well, I'm not even going to get into that, but whatever. There's a lot of money in Hong Kong. Just put it that way. So if they get multiple spot ETFs over there too, that'd be very bullish for the movement of Bitcoin. See, I almost went to the topic again, almost again. So I'm gonna throw this in the comments. Actually, let me see if I can get this done over here. So, listen, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like these meetings are just to do something. It just feels like a political campaign. Politicians go out. Once again, I'm telling you, I repeat on the stream. I don't care what side people on. I don't get into all this stuff. But the crazy thing is, I feel like I understand politics more than most people, even though I don't get into it or whatever. But sometimes I feel like this stuff is just something they do just for show or whatever reason that we may not know of. But anyway, it's supposed to be this Bitcoin policy summit that they have or whatever, and they're going to discuss whether Bitcoin is good for the future and what we should do about regulation and all this stuff. But they end up usually never doing anything. It's just a bunch of hot air to me. But if I will say maybe there's some important information in there, and if you do want to check it out, I believe it's streaming right now. I started a while ago. If this is up your alley or what you want to do, the link to this, I just put it in the chat. If you want to watch it later, I'm trying to see if it pops up in the chat. Do I have to? Let me see. Okay, there it is. Yeah. So that's the link to the Bitcoin Policy Summit. If that's something you want to explore, maybe that's like something that you do for fun. Like some people like to read for fun. So I like to read too, but some people really love reading. But anyway, if there's something you want to watch, there's the link in the comment section if you want to check out what they're saying about the movements. So I'm not pulling up this next one to scare you, because we've all, if you've been in the space a while, just like most people try to predict, we know Benjamin Cowan has been wrong a lot of times. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I know a lot of people follow dude and or whatever, but he's not the only one been saying this stuff. To be like, if everything repeats how it's been in the past, it'll be the quick sharp down, then quick up, and then back down again after the halving or whatever, and then we'll start moving after that. Y'all can do whatever you want with this information. But I keep telling y'all, as boring as y'all think it is, it's a proven strategy I know that works. Whether the price goes up or down, I usually just hold the altcoins that I have. If the price goes down, I buy some more. If it goes up, whatever. I'm just waiting in the long term. And I'm going to show you some stuff about that later on in the stream. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I will say on this, let me say this. See, I'm still getting to my later talk. But what I will say is don't set yourself up for too much euphoria when the Bitcoin halving comes. Don't just think automatically like your altcoin is about to do a 200x or whatever. Like it's still going to take some time. So that's really why I pulled this up. I didn't pull it up to be bearish or like scare anybody to make them think the market is going to drop. I'm just trying to say, set up your expectations there. Don't think, oh, the halving is coming in 2 weeks. That means we about to skyrocket and I'm about to get a 4,000x on my microcap altcoin. You still got to have patience. So listen, y'all, I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all probably, when I say that, y'all probably already know where I'm going with this. Let me see if I thought I had the article up. My bad. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't have my tab. Let's see which one of y'all look the best. That's they need to work on their graphic design. That is ugly. This one's a little better. I'll use this one. So, not being funny, y'all, but it just is what it is. Ton coin. Actually, to be honest, I'm not even that bullish on Ton coin. But Telegram, Ton, or whatever. I mean, I see the allure. I see why people might be bullish on it, but just not something. Ton is not something I follow. But anyway, Ton surges into the top 10, flipping past Cardano. Pro XRP lawyer Bill Morgan criticized Cardano. Um, it's like the third time in the last week. I'm telling you guys, man. Cardano ain't doing nothing. They may be doing a little something, but they're not doing enough. Like I say, you had Grayscale sell off their Cardano. A lot of people. I'm not trying to make fun of it because I know they got enough people coming at them right now that's influential in the space too. So it's not trying to like make fun of people. I know a lot of people love to do it. I'm not trying to make fun of Cardano holders. I'm just trying to say if you're watching this channel between Cardano and XRP, especially Cardano, I don't see it as a hold that you would hold for, like I said, low risk or whatever. I mean, they're being found out. You got all these people still holding it from last cycle who had it at a penny, as I said on another stream. They should have sold it at 200x, but they got greedy. And somebody told them they was going to get 1,000x, and they didn't know how to read market caps and realized that that was not going to happen. So these people are still holding on. They still got a big community. But at this point, I feel it doesn't matter how big the community is. They can shout, cheerlead, promote all they want to, even retail investors coming in later in the cycle. You got just as many other communities that are big that are going to be promoting their tokens, whether it's AI, gaming, DPN, RWA, whatever. And it's just not, this is not the same as last run. I think people really get stuck in their delusion of what the price action was last cycle. What was the previous all-time high? Even every chance I get when I see people say that on my stream or even in the group talking about, well, the previous just stop. Previous all-time high don't matter. Y'all got to realize it's just something to say. It's something to say to almost give you a visual. Sometimes it's something to say to get you pumped up. Like, let me see. Before I even say this out of my mouth, I'm going to try to make sure I'm correct in this assessment. But I don't, let me see. And I'm not fudding this next project either, but let's see. Okay, I'll talk about this one. So I'm not trying to make fun of this one, but I do see this one being used a lot. It seems like they are having some development, but I still don't even care about this project either. But anyway, so this project here, this is ICP. I keep seeing BC it's at $16. When I got back in the bear market, this sucker it was around like $3.50 at the moment, so it has had a little run. But I keep seeing people talking about its previous all-time high was 428. I could kind of maybe see it reaching that again, but I really don't think so, to be honest. And I'm just using this as another example so people don't think I'm always just trying to make fun of Cardano or whatever. But yeah, when people keep talking about what the previous all-time high was, man, that just, you can't focus on that because you got to realize, like when ICP first dropped, for one, you'll hear this a couple of times. I'm gonna say this clearly: when a token drops, you don't have as many tokens in circulation, therefore the price can move faster. A lot more of these tokens are in circulation now. Matter of fact, I don't even think they have a cap on their supply for ICP. But so when people be telling y'all about the all-time high from last cycle, just tune that crap out because it don't mean nothing. It really don't mean anything. Y'all get stuck in thinking, oh, it's got to at least reach the all-time high, and then this cycle's more money. So if the previous all-time was $2, then this cycle it can go to $4, and that sucker may go to 86 cents. It may not even touch $1. Y'all got to just look at the market cap, see what's going on in the community, see what the development is, or y'all be stuck holding the bag. Y'all have a tremendous opportunity to make a lot of money this cycle, and a lot of people are just going to get stuck holding the bag because somebody's like, this one is going to do this crazy stuff or whatever. Like, but now I was about to name some. I don't want to FUD because if I keep naming projects, y'all don't think I'm just FUD and stuff. But there's a lot of these projects I see people like, oh, it's bullish because whatever, they got this deal or whatever. Nobody cares about the project, bro. Like nobody's talking about it but you. So it's like, I don't care what happened last cycle. Like there's a lot, like I said, like I remember EOS, I made a lot of money on EOS last cycle. Who's talking about EOS this cycle though? I haven't seen anything. And if anything, a lot of these projects come back later on in the cycle, like, but look, we got a new development and we're rebranding or we're redoing something else or whatever. As much money as I made on EOS last cycle, I'm not looking forward to holding EOS this cycle. A lot of these other ones, even I don't know. apparently Elron has done. So I'm not really bullish on Multiverse X either. For those that don't know, it used to be Elron, but yeah. So not every project from last cycle is going to necessarily do well this cycle or reaches all previous all time high. So don't get stuck on that. So I know a lot of people waiting for Cardano to do these numbers or whatever. And I see people out there. I've seen some stupid stuff. And to be honest, when I'm bored sometimes, and I'm not even saying no names, so I'm not trying to flood other YouTubers or whatever, because other people always think you in competition. When I say something, it's because I actually believe it. And I don't ever have a motive behind what I say. I say it because it's what I believe. But anyway, I see some YouTubers saying crazy stuff on Cardano. Like I saw one like $22, 24. I saw one that said like 80 something dollars. Like even for $10, I don't really see $10 for Cardano, y'all. I could be wrong, but I'm really not seeing it. So anyway, I'm just trying to give y'all some point of view, some perspective, something to think about. It just got flipped by a ton, and I don't think this is going to stop. And to be honest, I'm actually surprised that AVAX is still behind Cardano. But like I said, Cardano does have that big community. They be shilling the crap out of it. You got YouTubers shilling it. So, but I really feel like this AVAX is going to pass it next. Shiba's going to pick up after a while, even though it's people FOMOing into other meme coins. But DOT is having some development also. But I'm not bullish on trying to stay up here though. They stay up here some kind of way. But yeah, man, I feel like all that's gonna change, man. So I'm just a warning right now. If you think Cardano about to go to $180 or $25 or whatever some other person told you, I'm gonna tell you right now, I would bet I bet about 20 racks that Cardano ain't hitting that like $20. I don't think it's hitting $15 either. I'll let y'all try to hold the $10 for a minute, kind of see where that plays at. But when you talk about $15, $20 and 80, nah, I bet quite a bit of money that's not going to happen. So that's how confident I am in that. Once again, it's not for the project; it's for the people that watches my channel. So to make some more sound decisions. I wanted to dig more into this next story, but I didn't get a chance to. But he says, I bet Phantom will be supporting Sui network soon. By soon, I mean sooner than anyone expects. Solana and Sui are the two biggest non-EVM blockchains in the market. So supporting both would be the most logical outcome. I could probably see that happen. I'm gonna be honest. I was shocked the morning I woke up and saw Ethereum and Matic on my Phantom wallet. So I feel like this is something that could definitely happen. And I'm really trying to get more into these move blockchains and stuff too. Well, I mean, I have been into them, but like studying deeper. But that's a whole other topic or whatever. But we'll see what happens. I'm really actually I'm getting to this now about the whole Solana thing. So I know I'm gonna talk about the elephants in the room. A lot of people is afraid to talk about this stuff, but the whole Solana downtime and stuff, and it's been tough trying to trade Solana tokens and swap out whether it's Jupiter or Phantom Wallet or whatever, because they had some problems that they're fixing. But I'm going to read this article so you don't think it's just my words, and then I'll probably reiterate it if I need to to explain it in clear terms. But it says Solana devs target April 15th for failed tax fix. It's not a design flaw. So that's the first thing I want you guys to know. It's not a design flaw. Solana's percentage of failed non-vote transactions went over 75% last week, and developers are now targeting a fix to be implemented on April 15th. That'd be good timing. But Solana developers are targeting April 15th to implement a fix for an implementation bug that recently caused the transaction failure rate on Solana to skyrocket. Solana's current issue is not a design flaw. It's an implementation bug, stressed Mert Mumtats, the CEO of Helios Labs, a blockchain infrastructure firm that provides back-end support exclusively to Solana network. It is important to make this distinction because implementation errors are usually trivial. Design errors are generally serious and more fundamental. Mutans, hopefully I'm saying his name right, explained to his 108,000 followers on April 8th. I'm sorry. Solana's current issue is not a design flaw, it's an implementation bug. It is now hitting me that some folks might not understand what we've been trying to say by this for the past week. I'll simplify it and this is intended for non-technical people. It is important to make what's wrong with me? I can't read today. This distinction because implementation errors are usually trivial. They can be swapped out for other implementations, but design errors are generally serious and more fundamental. So I like the way he broke that down, but I'm gonna break it down even simpler. And I will say I can't take credit for this. And if I could give, I can't remember who said it on Twitter, but I try to give credit to people when I see stuff. But one of the guys on Twitter was saying that people are like, oh, see, I told you Solana trash is going down again. It's having problems. But once again, this is not a design flaw in the blockchain. This is not necessarily an entire blockchain problem. It's just a implementation is like a part of it. But the way that the guy explained on Twitter, I like his analogy better. He said it's a design flaw would be like your car's transmission going out or your engine blowing or something. Now you got to get a whole new engine. You got to put it up on the rack, put a new engine in there, change the transmission. This is going to cost you a couple $1,000s. The implementation bug is more like, oh, my tire got flat, so I can go get some what they call the stuff, and they put the little gunk in there, or whatever, and it seals up the hole, the sealant or whatever. Or you can just change the tire. That might cost you, if you go get a used tire. I'm sorry, I like get stuff for cheap, y'all. So I got a tire shop where this guy sells like used tires, but they're like brand new, I swear. And you can get a tire for like $35. So that's the difference. It's a simple fix. It's not like the Solana blockchain is like failing. It's like changing the tire versus your engine blew out. Now you got to get a whole new engine, or better yet, you might have to get a whole new car. So this is something they're looking to fix on the 15th or whatever. And like I keep saying, no matter how many problems Solana has, I'm still really bullish on Solana. A lot of you guys don't know. And I remember somebody asked me a couple of streams back. They were like, well, how do you find, when the whole situation happened that I'm not going to talk about? They was like, well, where do you find your information at? For one, I dig for my information. Like I said, I use Google a lot. And then I'm finding people that are in the space that they don't also have YouTube channels. I'm not like stealing their picks from them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we talk. And I also have some friends who are Solana devs. So even when I'm not understanding of the space and the tech, when you see me like explaining stuff like Celestia, I learned this from people who are devs and who actually work in the space. And so I pass off my knowledge. Like I said, I didn't want to start a YouTube channel, but this is how I know this stuff. And that's why you'll usually see, if you guys pay attention, you'll see that like when I find gems, I would say probably most of the time they're in the Solana ecosystem or whatever, because I do understand the ecosystem more. I understand what they're doing over there, which makes me, bullish on it and stuff. And like I said, I have some friends who are devs, and they more so understand like how stuff works over there. So even when they explain this stuff to me, you getting the explanation for somebody who, of course, they understand it better than me, but I'm getting an understanding from them how this stuff works or whatever. But yeah, so Solana's fine, man. It's fine for me, and it's just like I said, implementation. It's not the blockchain that's failing. We're almost at the end here, so I'm gonna get to you guys' questions and stuff. And so I'm not gonna harp on this too long, but I feel like I had to remind you guys as many times as possible because and show you that I'm not the only one saying it. So you guys just don't get messed up. Oh wait, let me write. I gotta write another note over here. Lately, I've been doing these streams with no notes. I probably should stop doing that, but I guess they go pretty decent, But anyway, this article says 1 in 6 new base meme coins are scams. 91% have vulnerabilities. So I even see a lot of you guys. I never read the articles. I just read the headlines. Y'all probably gonna think I'm the person that just open the book and look at the pictures and can't read. Then I'll be stumbling over my words too. My brain just be going too fast. Let me read the article. Then I'll get back to what I was saying. Ever since the Denkun upgrade that dramatically lowered fees on Ethereum Layer 2's Coinbase's not very decentralized rollup base has surged in user numbers, transactions, and total value locked. As with the fast and cheap Layer 1 blockchain Solana, most of the activity is being fueled by degenerate gambling on meme coins, with hopefuls vying to make life-changing amounts of money from a small outlay. But an investigation by Magazine has found the vast majority of meme coins on the platform have security vulnerabilities that could expose users to big losses. And almost 1 in 5 deliberately malicious and use a variety of tricks to steal user funds. Magazine compiled security profiles of 1,000 new base tokens. Virtually all of them meme coins are scams launched between March 19th to March 25th. Sorry, y'all. This is not a comprehensive audit, as there are more than 380,000 ERC20 tokens on base currently. However, it is a representative sample of 1,000 tokens launched that week. The tokens were analyzed by automated auditors on the trading analytics platform DEX Tools to determine whether each project has implemented three fundamental securities: locked liquidity, verified contracts, and absence of honeypots. I don't know if a lot of y'all know to look for that stuff when you're getting into tokens or whatever. But what I say is, a lot of people are like, hey, I talk about being ahead of the narrative or whatever. And I saw base popping off, and I probably, I ain't gonna lie, I did probably get in like a week or two later than I wanted to. But sometimes you got to realize you may be chasing something and people been way ahead of you or whatever. And I know you like, well, meme coins are new on base, so we got to jump into all of them. But you got to realize some of these kids, like, don't lose your money chasing these, y'all. I'm almost tired of repeating it, but I always have to remind y'all because everybody's changing that life, changing wealth, and y'all want it quick. Like I said yesterday, somebody was like, what can I get in that'll 20x in the next 2 weeks? That I'll be stupid to even try to answer that. You shouldn't even trust the person that tries to answer that to you, to be honest. So I don't know, but just be careful with these. Like I said, let me go back. And I said it quick. A lot of times I say stuff quickly on the stream because I realize I know it, but I be acting like y'all know it, everybody knows it, and that's a disservice to y'all. So I apologize. But so once again, when you're going on DEX Tools and DEX Screener or whatever you choose to use, number one, make sure that you don't see the flag on there that says it's a honeypot. A honeypot means, the simplest terms, you put your hand in the jar, your hand not coming out. You put money in there, your money not coming out. And make sure the contract is verified and there's locked liquidity in the contract. So lock liquidity, verified contract, and make sure it's not a honeypot most of all. And also make sure that it doesn't have like a high sales tax. Like it says, like 90% or 100% sales tax, or even you really don't want the sales tax to be modifiable. Modifiable means the sales tax today may be 0%, right? And so when you put $100 in, you get $100 worth of the tokens. But if it's modifiable and they change it to 100% and you go to try to sell it, it means you get nothing back. So once again, make sure that the sales tax is not modifiable. The sales tax is not greater than 5%. I hate sales tax, period, but sometimes you got to pay the piper. The liquidity is locked. It's not a honeypot, and it's a verified contract. So that's stuff you look for. If y'all want to go meme coin gambling, that's on y'all. I can't stop you. Y'all grown people. I can't stop y'all from doing nothing. So it is what it is. Crypto exchange monthly spot volume doubled in March, reaching 2.5 trillion. That's crazy. That's a lot of trading volume because that's pretty much the market cap of crypto right now. I don't have to. I'm sorry. I'm a headline reader, right? And I read it earlier, but it's pretty much that's the gist of it. There's nothing really new in there. I'm not one of those people. Those people that just read political headlines and they don't realize what the article's about and they go screaming at people on Facebook. I'm not one of those people. But sometimes you can just read the headline. It is what it is. But I was going to this next. It says SEX monthly spot volume doubled in March, hitting 2.5 trillion for the first time since 2021. This is only the beginning of alt season, not only Sol, but all chains. With the amount of real companies that survived the bear market, it's only a matter of time before they launch a token. Generational wealth is around the corner, and all you had to do was be patient and wait. That's what I'm mainly going to talk about today. I know you probably I'm talking about it from different angles, and I'm going to use some stuff that I talked about before. So, like I said, so we're at a point now where, we bought some altcoins in the last couple of weeks, right? And so in your mind, you see all this stuff running, and you're like, okay, these are good altcoins, they're gonna run or whatever. And some of y'all get impatient, especially don't let it retrace like 20 or 30%. Y'all start losing your mind, which I understand, but you got to realize the thing is you can only control in this market what you know, or what you think you know. And what that means, you go research a project and you see that it's good, it's got a good team behind it, got good VCs, it's a good project, they develop and all this stuff. But what nobody knows is when the price is going to skyrocket, when it's going to go down. I don't care what everybody tries, they try to put the headlines predicting it, so you click on it. Nobody knows. Don't even pay attention to that stuff. Nobody knows. I don't know. They don't know. The developers don't know. The VCs don't even know whether you know it or not, because everybody's kind of working together. VCs dependent on retail dependent on VCs. But what I do know is, we're going to get some runs on these altcoins. But like he said at the end of this, all you got to do is be patient and wait. And some of y'all are like, well, this one ain't moved. And even if it's two of my picks and it's both of Zoe picks, right? And so you get one pick, and you're like, well, this one ain't moving. You talk about this new one, so I'm going to take out of this one and dump over here. And then you look up and the one you took out of just starts skyrocketing. But I realized at the same time, everybody only has a limited amount of money. So you can't be in every play. And I'm going to say this on stream too, because it's just on my head right now. I do have a section in my group called Do Your Own Research. And sometimes I don't know what y'all think of me, and I probably do have a lot more money than some of y'all, but doesn't mean I always have money or dry powder on the side to buy, because, like I said, I have responsibilities, my household, my mother, my grandfather, all kinds of stuff going on. So it may not be all the time. I might want to buy a project, and I just put it out to you guys like, hey, look at this project, or, or whatever, or decide if you want to buy it. But Yeah, but what I'm saying is, a lot of these projects are going to be good or whatever, and sometimes you just got to be patient and wait. I've seen it happen a lot, and I'm about to, let me pull up my y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more on this. Some of y'all probably tired of seeing this one, but if some of y'all know where I'm going to the Matic chart. So keep up here, right? Let me go back to I don't know why I was doing that. So the Bitcoin halving is coming, right? And so a lot of you guys are speculating. Some people are speculating like, oh, the Bitcoin halving is going to come. It's going to be buy the rumor, sell the news, and it's going to dump to oblivion. Then some of y'all of the mindset, you're like, oh, the Bitcoin halving is coming. I'm about to get a 200x. So let me show y'all something. The last halving, if I remember correctly, it was like May. It was like May 2020. I can't tell you a week or date, to be honest, but I think it was like the first or second week of May. So if you go to Matic, let's see, we're going to go to Matic first, second week of May. Y'all can already see what is going right now. If you're looking at the screen, you see what y'all can see, that white dot on the screen. Y'all can see that moving, right? So let's go to this is like the second week of May. Y'all see what the price of Matic is? That is May 2020. That is when the halving came, right? That's when the halving came, about the first, second week of May. And so in your mindset, you would think, man, these prices about to go crazy. Look at how long Matic sat here. That's May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and it's like we in the second week of January before it starts moving, right? So what I'm saying is sometimes y'all, I'm gonna say it again, all these fake AI projects, I'm gonna call them what they are, these fake AI projects, I'll say it again, all these fake AI projects that are not real, y'all saw them run and y'all thought the altcoin season was here. You didn't realize it's just people shielding this trash and it runs. And so you think altcoin season here, some of my tokens aren't moving. What's going on? Like we missing it, You got to be patient, because you would be the type to see the halving come and you would be holding a Matic token or a Matic type token that did like a 300x. And you'd be like, man, the halving came, this junk didn't move. I'm going to throw this in the trash. And then later on, it goes to do a 300x. So you just got to have patience, man. I keep telling you, whether it's early to a pick I put out or you being early in the market, again, there's nothing fun about it. There's nothing fun about it. You keep seeing people like on Twitter, like we early, and it's like a braggadocious thing, but it ain't fun when you early in the beginning. It's not fun until the price starts moving. And so in this time that y'all bored, you should be collecting these tokens, because it's two things that always happens. There's really the same thing. But people will be scared because let's say they got in a token at $1 and it goes to 50 cents. And they be like scared, like, man, this must be trash. And then it starts taking off and you're just gonna be like, man, I should have knew, I should have bought more. Like, that's where we at now. I'm gonna keep preaching this to y'all because this is one of the most important things. Like when we're in downtimes, y'all should be accumulating. And then the price takes off and you're gonna be like, I wish I'd have bought more. Or, you're gonna get to the end of the cycle. Maybe you're not regretful and you happy, like, okay, I made $50,000, but you still gonna remember that time that you didn't buy and you could have had $100,000 or whatever. So if you need to ask questions, ask me questions. If you need to ask other people in the group questions, what do you think about this project or whatever? Like I said, I kicked somebody out of the group because it was getting on my nerves, to be honest. And I refunded them. Y'all should know this. But it's not that you can't say anything bad that you might see about a project. That's the stuff you're supposed to talk about in the group. So I don't throw people out because they say something that may be bearish news. Like I think even this morning somebody was like, "Hey, this project, I heard such." That's cool. Like let people know what you're hearing about the project, and then y'all bounce ideas off each other. And to see, hey, are you bearish? I mean, bullish on this? Why are you bullish on it? Maybe y'all can cross reference y'all perspectives on the different projects or whatever, because sometimes you are gonna need that reconviction when you holding the project, and either the price is sitting still, or maybe it only went up 20% and sitting still, or maybe it went down 20%. And so maybe you need to re-up your conviction on it. But like I said, I feel like all the projects we're in are good. But you got to realize, man, this ain't the fun y'all thought it was. It's gonna be definitely a patience game. Two, you might have 2 hour plays that go and do a 20x or whatever, and you thinking all the other ones gonna follow, but not necessarily at the same time. And then, like I said, y'all get where y'all trying to dump everything into the project that was running, and then the other one runs. You have to have patience. You have to diversify. You can't just dump all your money in one token because you think this is the winner, because nobody ever knows. I was trying to tell this to one person in the group. It's like, we had a project, had some FUD on it. And every time I turned around, they were like, this market cap is low. Like, aren't you really bullish on this? I was like, I realized they were trying to ask me for me to give them the answer they wanted. I said, yes, I'm bullish on this project, but you should only like have less than 5% in this. I kept checking with them, turned around. At one point, they had 30% of this one project in their portfolio. Then the project ended up having some FUD on it. And, it went down quite a bit. I'm still holding it myself. I still think it's going to recover. But then they felt kind of sour about it. I was like, that wasn't the advice I gave you. That's not I never told. I said less than 5%. But y'all get too bullish on projects, and you're like, I know there's no way, unless you have a crystal ball. Unless you have a crystal ball, you and I need to make some kind of deal, and where you get, I don't know, half the Patreon money or half of my earnings that I make in crypto, and you tell me the future, because then we can all make money. But unless you have a crystal ball, don't be talking about, I know, I saw the team or whatever. And I know that sounds contradicting, but you do have to have conviction and be bullish on your projects, but you don't know, because any single thing can happen. So that's why you guys got to diversify. Don't be pulling all out of one project and dumping another one that you saw moving, and then that one retraces and you looking stupid when the other one goes. So I'm showing you this chart like this. The halving came in May, and Matic sat for, that's 7 months, right? It may be different this time around. We do think the cycle is going quicker, but what I'm saying is you're going to have some patience. You're going to have some. And what I tell myself to to manage my expectations is, if something moves, it moves. But right now, I am with the mindset that I do not care if nothing moves at all until July, August. That's where my mindset is now. And I feel like you should be on that same type of wave. But I know a lot of you guys are going to question whether it's a good play because some of them haven't moved. Some people do struggle with anxiety, so I understand that too, and I empathize with that. But you got to realize this is a patience game. Anything can happen around this halving. It could dump before, it could dump after. You just have to know you're in good plays. And some of y'all might be like, well, why didn't you wait till after the halving to tell us to buy? Because no one knows what the price is going to do. I just know that we buy good prices, and that's what we're waiting on it. So you're gonna y'all have that moment of euphoria soon. Well, I won't say soon, but you have that moment. Moment of euphoria when your tokens are running. Also realize this too. Now, this is probably dangerous. This next statement, and I've said this before. I see a lot of people like, these are the holes, these are the winners for the bull run. These, because everybody wants to feel like they have alpha, especially if they put it in the heading of the YouTube video, then everybody's gonna watch it and they're gonna whatever. I'm gonna say conservatively, and I feel like this is honestly conservatively. While people are talking about what the winners of the cycle are, what's going to hit, what's going to be the top game, and what's going to be the top this, y'all got to understand that conservatively, 30% of the projects are not even out yet. And if I really wanted to say what I wanted to say, I would say that 40 to 50% of them are not out yet. So all these people talking about these are the winners for the cycle, they don't know what they're talking about. They honestly, like I said, I got a list that's so doggone long of projects that's coming out that is crazy. And that's why I was telling you when AI started running, I started looking at my AI list. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Like none of these are out yet. But so a lot of you guys asked me like, hey Zoe, should I put all my money in the market now? Should I hold some for later? Hopefully, I understand everybody can't do the same, but hopefully, you have some form of income or job, side hustle, something where you would be constantly getting money. If that is not your setup, then you probably would have to tell me that, like, hey man, this is the money I got to put in the market right now. What do I need to do with this? And there is times where if that's all the money you have to put in the market, when a new play comes out, you might have to pull out something else, and we can discuss all that kind of stuff as well in the Patreon and stuff. But y'all got to understand, conservatively, 30% of the projects are not out right now. But I would think that a good number would be like 40%, maybe up to 50%. But I would say 30 to 40% are not out yet. So anyway, that's that. Oh, I was talking for 40 minutes. In my mind, it was like 26. But so let's get to some of these comments, questions, concerns, and all that kind of good stuff. But remember, patience, y'all. You gotta have patience. Um, Degenerate said, won't be able to catch this till later, but stay up, bro. Hope you and your lady have a good day. Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely. As he said, good morning. Good morning. How you doing? As he said, like. I always forget to do that. I think some people, when they've been on YouTube a while, they just have that stuff that they automatically say, but I don't be thinking about none of that stuff. What is that? Oh, that's the link to the Bitcoin Summit. Yeah, maybe if some of y'all want to catch that, y'all can check it out, see what they're talking about. Maybe you let me know if they say something really bullish. I don't know. As he said, what do you think about Near Protocol? It had a good run with AI. There's going to be a lot of people pushing Near. I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a bad project, but I feel like you can make more gains. They do have a lot of developments going on, but at the same time, just to talk about the elephant in the room, you got to realize a lot of people who vested in Near last cycle pretty much have all their tokens vested out to them right now. If y'all know what investments, do I have to get into that? So just briefly, when you invest in something, in a crypto token, and say these big VCs and these big channels or whatever, they get into pre and private sales or whatever. So they may have, I'm just throwing out a random number, y'all. They may have like 1,000 tokens that they bought, but they only get 5% of those like up front. And then they get the rest of the tokens given to them over the course of, it could be a year, it could be 2 or 3 years or whatever. And so now pretty much all the tokens that those people bought in the pre or private sales, the VCs or whoever, the team, whatever, all the tokens are vested out and not in circulation. So when all the tokens are out in circulation, it helps the price move faster because there's no dilution. There's no tokens being dumped on the market. So a lot of these people are pushing it now because of that. I honestly don't keep up with Near a lot. It's at 8 billion. 10x is 80 billion. Maybe you could get that 10x, but it's still not saying it's not a good project, but it's a real iffy 10x to get to 80 billion. And like I said on my other stream, how many projects are going to get to 80 billion? If a lot of them do, that just means, as I say all the time, that just means a lot more money is going to flow back into the smaller caps and stuff that we hold. I don't know. I mean, do with that information as you will. Like I said, I'm not flooding the project. I'm just letting you know, even if it's good, it's 80 billion more dollars to get that 10x. Or yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Taddy said, "Good morning, Zoe," and as always, thanks for the hard work. Oh, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. James White said, "Good morning, Zoe. Great stream. Appreciate it. Appreciate it." It's not the biggest news going on right now because let me say this too. So I don't ever. My lady says sometimes it sounds like I downplay my streams or whatever. I definitely feel like we have alpha and good information on here. But what I will say is I'm talking on two things, but the same thing. When I tell you guys that to have patience for your altcoins to run, you got to realize even far as bullish news on altcoin projects or whatever, it depends on what their marketing strategy is. But most people are chilling right now because they know the spotlight is on Bitcoin and the shine is on Bitcoin. Nobody's really trying to take the shine, so not many people are really like releasing bullish news around this time. So if that's what you expect, I'm gonna be honest. Like it was like 3 projects that I know. I even tell you, what is it? Yeah, it's April 9th. It's 3 projects that I was really bullish on. And I don't know if you were in the Patreon or even watching the channel, when everybody would ask me these questions like, oh, what you waiting to come out or what you invested in or what you doing, whatever. I was in a state of confusion last month because 3 projects that were supposed to come out, they didn't come out. Because I don't know if it's just because of the market, where the market was moving just differently than what they thought or whatever. And all 3 of them is just like they haven't even like hinted at when it may be, so I have no idea. But what I'm sorry, I'm saying all this to say that a lot of people are not putting out a lot of news right now and stuff. So like that big news or whatever that I usually try to report on the stream to let you guys know what's going on or whatever, it's kind of quiet. Everything's pretty much around Bitcoin. Like I said, the Hong Kong news, them having ETFs and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm always digging for the news and see what's out there. Well, I did find a little bit yesterday, but I've still been researching some of those. James White said, guys, hit that like button. Appreciate it. Taddy said, always a great reminder. Oh, okay. Depeche said, can I get 1,000 USDT? You asking me for money on my stream? Is that what's going on? Was that from something I said earlier? What did I say earlier that could have made you say that? I don't even know. Don't even know. sorry for promotion of your channel. No, I don't do that stuff, man. I say all the time. I don't know. I think one of my moderators already deleted that comment, but yeah, I'm not trying to. I don't do the paying for viewers and channel promotion stuff, man. I'm just here to talk to the people that's in the Patreon or whoever follows the channel. I'm not trying to grow the channel to astronomical numbers or any of that stuff. I don't do that paid stuff. But yeah, so I guess y'all chilling. Any more questions or whatever? I know my streams have been real chill lately. But like I said, listen, if people just focusing on Bitcoin right now. And like I said, man, I know yesterday I was like, man, yesterday I can't even lie, man. I couldn't even, I mean, I could have, but I didn't even DCA into all the stuff that I wanted to because, I mean, if y'all paying attention, if y'all know how the market works, if you're not dealing with anxiety right now or anything like that, y'all should have realized that the projects we in, man, had some great buying windows yesterday, man. I mean, I was actually helping out somebody who was new to like completely new to crypto yesterday, and was helping them work through some stuff like setting up wallets, showing them how to, send crypto and buy stuff off dexes and all that stuff. And so we got them situated, got their money. I don't know if y'all let me say this on stream too. If you new to crypto, you still haven't gotten the Patreon, or you just checking out the channel for the first time, man, don't mess with Exodus wallet. I think a lot of people who, when you first get into crypto, you find Exodus wallet. Exodus wallet is one of your first wallets because you probably ain't buying a tangible or ledger or anything. You probably don't know what Coinbase wallet is, or a lot of these other ones. But man, I forgot how hellish Exodus is, man. That junk, you have to have a certain amount in there just to do a swap. Like you can't do like a $20 swap. It's got to be like sometimes like one of the swaps, it had to be $150 worth. But anyway, as I was helping them, and once we got them situated, whatever, we started making their first buys or whatever. And I was just like, man, I'm glad I'm helping you today, because I just realized that a lot of these tokens are at good entries or whatever. And when I say they bought at some of the best prices, like they got in at a good time to be in crypto. But yeah, man, y'all hopefully y'all should be creating a buy list. I know some people like literally don't know when to buy, so I do try to put out the DCA alerts or whatever. But try to do your own homework and make your own buying list of what you had conviction in. I tell people all the time, don't follow me blindly or whatever. Let me speak on another thing. I hate to even talk about this kind of stuff. But yeah, I already know where it pretty much came from, because people trying to make me look bad. Like, you listen, all the people in my Patreon, like you free to say if I do anything wrong or do you some type of way or whatever. I don't really care, but I don't move like that, so I don't have to worry about that. But somebody was like, some troll that we know where they came from was like, I thought you said you don't do lifetime memberships. Weren't you just bashing people for that? I said, if people want to do lifetime membership in my Patreon, they can. And I tell people all the time, I say, I'd rather you check out the Patreon first to see if you like it. And if that's the decision you make, then you can do it. I don't push lifetime memberships. Even if the person said they want to do it, I double check with them. I'm not the type of person like, oh yeah, go ahead and give me that money. I'm just like, hey, you sure about this? Like, you can just do the monthly, because it may one of something hardship in your life happening. You need that money, or whatever. I'm not trying to trap nobody in my Patreon. If they don't like it, you're free to leave. And like I said before, I only had to kick out 2 people so far. And the people I kicked out, I gave them full refunds. Like, one of them was doggone near at the end of his month. He already got a month. The other one was in there. It was 6 days into his payment thing. And to be honest, I had dropped like 3 gems like in that 6 days. So I was like, bro, you just got your money's worth. But without him even asking, I refund people. I am not a greedy person for money. I don't use my Patreon to be a money grab. So yeah, for that person who tried to make that smart comment, you gonna have to work hard on that, because I'm not a scammer. I'm not a bad person. So you're gonna have to work hard to try to make me look bad, man. You just gotta try harder than that. But I said, if that's what somebody wants to do, if they feel like they've been in there and they feel like, whatever, then they can do it. I don't push no lifetime membership, because if I was pushing that, I think I'm at the place now where I could put it on the Patreon, but I don't even be thinking about that. As soon as I log off this stream, I'll be trying to get back to studying to find more stuff and more plays to get into. But anyway, if you want to join the Patreon, it's patreon.com/cryptozo. And as I said before on the stream and in the group, I told them, I think after these last spots fill up, I'm gonna close it off. I said in any other case, I think I'm sorry, got a lot of stuff running through my head, but that would top my Patreon off at like 200 members because, like I said, I don't think it's just not wise to have a Patreon that's huge and 1,000 members. So, like I said, for all the people who want to scam people and stuff, y'all be after this thing fills up, y'all be free to have all the people that come late in the bull run. Y'all can have all those people and scam all the people you want to because I'm not in any competition to have 1,000 members in my Patreon. I think I'm gonna cap it at 2, and the furthest I would go is 300. And I've said it on the stream before, and I mean it. If y'all ever see the Patreon number go over 300, y'all can come straight to me like, "Oh, you said it's over 300. It's gonna be free." Like, if I ever go over 300 members, the Patreon will be free for everybody because there's just too many people. Once again, I'm gonna say again, I do have helpers that are in the Patreon, but when you go to my Patreon page and you see more than 300 people, then that's when you can do that. But yeah, I think there's just too many. And also thinking about closing it off soon too, because we getting kind of far into the bull run. And I don't want people coming in late and we already up 20x and y'all getting in and y'all just get a 5x or whatever. It's not something I want to do. So, join the Patreon if it's you looking to get in some of these plays early and find some good gems. And I feel like we got a good flow in the Patreon because I don't deal with drama. The moment I see any kind of drama, I kick you out and refund you. I ain't got time for it. I don't need anybody's money. I don't want money that bad. So anytime I see a person causing drama, saying stuff stupid to anybody that's in the group, I kick them out. Some people ignore it because they're like, as long as I'm making money, I don't care what nobody else going through. I'm not the type of person. So anyway, if you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. I think I put the link over here. PC, and then here lately they say happy start to a new day. It is. I'm a little chill this morning. I got some stuff to take care of, but it's a great day. Got a lot of stuff to research. I hope in that play I put out this morning, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna stick by it because you need to rest. You have to rest your mind. And so on the weekends, I do try to take a break, and sometimes you'll miss something or whatever. It wasn't a bad miss, but I was like, man, I saw this thing at the bottom and didn't get a chance to tell the group. Sometimes I'll be riding in the car and still try to like send a message to the group. But I think this play is gonna be decent. I wish we would have got in a little earlier. I mean, because it really moved. Like I wasn't even expecting that. But anyway, y'all can check that play out in the Patreon. And appreciate you guys coming and hanging out on the stream. And I will see you guys next time.